rotation. But what is rotation? Okay. As you see here, this is a solar system. All of the planets are rotating around the sun, or you can say are turning around the sun. Okay, let's see another example here. The Earth is rotating around itself, or turning around itself. As you see here, this is Sonic's old game. They're all rotating around this circle. All of them are rotating around this circle. Okay, and as you see here, this man in the spaceship, he is rotating around himself, or turning around himself. Okay, but what is rotation? What is the types of rotation? We have clockwise. It's going along with the clock's analog movement, and anti-clockwise in the opposite direction of the clock's analog movement. So we can see both here. Clockwise is moving with the clock's analog movement, and the anti-clockwise is moving against the clock analog movement. Let's see here. If you get your left hand and make it in thumbs up like that, see your fingers, your four fingers is pointing to the right. This is a counterclockwise rotation, so you can use your hand to remember. And the left hand, your four fingers is pointing to the right rotation, so this is the clockwise. This is the clockwise. You can remember it using your left hand, and this is anti-clockwise or counterclockwise. You can remember it using your right hand. Rotation rules. For the coordinate plane, if you want to rotate clockwise with 90 degree, you will take the y value, we'll put it in the x's value place, and invert the value of x. So it will be y and negative x. Okay, and for 180 rotation, we will not exchange anything. We'll keep the x and y as they are here, but we will only invert the values. It will be negative x and negative y. For the 270, it will be negative y and x. Okay, for anti-clockwise, it will be exactly the same as clockwise, but for the 90, it will be like the 270 here. They're the same rule here. And for the 270 here, it will be the same as 90 here. And the only thing left is the 180, and they are the same in both clockwise and anti-clockwise. Because if we turn to the left, complete circle, it will be 180. If we turn to the right, complete circle, it will be 180. So the direction of the turning won't make any difference. Exercise 1. As you see here from this rectangle, you want to rotate it 90 degree anti-clockwise, means to the left. Okay. Remember the rules? I'll remind you of the rules here. The anti-clockwise here, it will be negative y and x. It will be the same as that. Okay, this is the rectangle after the rotation, and this is the original rectangle place. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, let's see what happened to the points of the rectangle. First, remember the rule we are using, x and y, it will be negative y and x. Okay, so first point is 0 and 0 here. We will apply the rule. We will take the x and put it in y's place and put the y in x's place and make it in negative, so it will be negative 0 and 0. Of course, the negative won't affect the 0 by any means necessary, so it will remain 0 and 0. Okay, for point 2, it's 2 and 0, 2x and 0y here. Let's see here. You will take the x and put it in y's place and put the y in x's place and make the y negative, so it will be negative 0 and 2. Of course, negative 0 won't do anything. It will be 0 and 2. So it will be 0x and 2y. It will be 0x and 2y. So this is the new point here. Okay, 4.3, it will be 2 and 3. Here, 2x and 3y. Here. So if we will apply the rules, we will change the x and y. It will be 3 and 2 and make the y negative here. So it will be negative 3 and 2. So we have negative 3x and 2y. So negative 3x and 2y here. Okay, for the last point, point 4, 0 and 3, 0x and 3y here. You will make the same here, inverse them both and make the y negative, so it will be negative 3 and 0. So you will go to the negative 3x and 0y. So the new point will be here. Exercise 2. You will rotate this rectangle 90 degrees, but this time it will be clockwise, not anti-clockwise. So remember the rules. This is the rectangle after rotation, and this is the rectangle before the rotation. Okay, remember the rules here. This is the clockwise, and this is the anti-clockwise. We want to rotate it 90 degree clockwise. We will use this rule. And remember, this is the same also as 270 degree anti-clockwise. So we have here x and y will be y and negative x. So we'll exchange both, but we will make this value here the negative value, not the other one. Okay, let's take point 1. It's negative 1 and 1. Negative 1x and 1y. This point. We will invert them both, so the negative 1 will be here and the 1 will be here, and negative the negative, negative will negate each other, so it will be 1 and 1. So it will be 1x and 1y. So this is the place of the new point. It will be here. Okay, for point 2, it will be negative 1 and 3. Point 2, it's negative 1 and 3, this point. Let's see what will happen to this point. We will exchange both, it will be 3 and negative 1. Then we'll take the negative, negative 1, it will be 1. So it will be 3 and 1. So the new point will be 3x here and 1y. It will be here. Okay, what's remaining here? The last point, which means the point that was originally here, the 3 and 1. What will happen to this point? It will be, we will exchange them. It will be 1 and 3. We will take the negative here. It will be 1 and negative 3. So it will go to 1x and negative 3y. So it will be here. So the first point went to this place, and the second point went to this place at the place of the original third point, and the third point went to this place. Exercise 3. We rotate this trapezium 180 degree clockwise. Please, clockwise or anti-clockwise, both will be the same. No rules will change. It will only affect the direction of rotation. Okay? Okay, so this is the shape after the rotation, and this is the shape before the rotation. Okay, let's see what happens. It's 180. It's the same in both. You will negate both the x and y, and we will not replace anything with each other. Okay? Okay, let's start. This is the rule here. We'll start from point 1, negative 3 and 0, this point. You will take the negative of both, negative 3 and negative 0. Of course, negative 3 will be 3, but the 0 won't be affected. So it will be 3x and 0y. It will be 3x and 0y. Okay. For point 2, it will be negative 3x and 2. Here, negative 3x and 2. We will take the negative of both, so the negative of negative 3 will be 3, and negative of 2 will be negative 2. So it will be 3x and negative 2y. We will go to 3x and negative 2y. Okay, for the third point, it will be negative 1 and 4. It will be here. We'll take the negative of both. So negative of negative 1 will be 1, and negative of negative 4 will be negative 4. So it will be 1x and negative 4y here. Okay, for the last point, point 4, 1x and 4y here. You will take the negative of both. Negative, it will be negative 1x and negative 4y. So it will be negative 1 and negative 4. So the new point will be here. Okay, now you have seen the 3 cases and you're ready for anything. Thanks for listening and paying attention. Goodbye.